Good afternoon from Cromer Park on the Northern Beaches for this round 18 blockbuster in the New South Wales National Premier League between the league's past two champions in Manly United and Sydney Olympic. Equal on points, sitting outside the top five only on goal difference after last night's win by Marconi at Sutherland. It's a game with huge ramifications on the top five. So sit back and enjoy it. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Remember, we're live and interactive, so be sure to share the live stream around. Leave comments throughout, and if you are on Twitter, use the hashtag NPL NSW. It's time to take a look at the lineups, and for the hosts, Manly United, Paul D makes 4 changes to the side that lost midweek in the Waratah Cup semi-final to Marconi. The full lineup: Dylan Mitchell in goals, a back four of Kieran Paul, Travis Orchard returning from suspension, Sam Gallagher, and at left back Lewis Michio. The holding midfielders are Dom Ferguson and Joe Fox. And the striker Scott Balderson is supported from behind by Dejan Panjurovic on the right, Brendan Chalakian in the 10 role, and Adam Parkhouse on the left. As for the visitors, Sydney Olympic, Abbassad makes 2 changes, with Will Angel coming back from suspension, while their leading scorer, Alex Sanchez, misses out on this one due to 5 accumulated yellow cards. The full lineup: in goals, Paul Henderson, the back four of Will Angel, Mitch Stamatellis, Zach McKenzie and Riley Woodcock. It's a midfield 3 of Nikola Koleski, Jinya Ahn and Harry Gaitatsis. And the front 3, the skipper Jason Madonis, with Michael Gaitatsis through the middle and Jack Stewart on the other flank. What a game it promises to be. Heading into this round of action, Olympic were in 5th spot, ahead of Manly on goal difference only. Marconi have moved into 5th spot courtesy of last night's win at Sutherland. And so Sydney Olympic in the white tops, they'll be running from right to left. They're in 6th spot. Manly United in 7th spot. Such an important game to be officiated by Katie Patterson in the middle. Our assistant referees, Lance Greenshields and Yanis Adabju, and our 4th official is Hugh Fenton White. Beautiful afternoon here on Sydney's Northern Beaches for this important round 18 clash. Manly United against Sydney Olympic, the winner to go into 5th spot on the table, leapfrogging Marconi. Such an important one this, and we're really pleased to have your company. Crunch game, 4 rounds remaining after this one. Every point so critical in this league. Last night's results really suiting both these sides. Marconi, I mentioned, going away to the Sutherland Sharks, who've been making a bit of a run of recent times. They went on a 10-game undefeated run. But Marconi coming away from Seymour Shaw with a 3-0 win last night. A big win for them, which moves them up ahead of both these sides on goal difference. They go equal with Olympic and Manly on 23 points. So, of course, the winner of this one will move back above Marconi. They'll go to 26 points. Only one behind Sydney United, who were kept to a 0-0 draw at Mount Druitt Town Rangers last night as well. Such a tight competition, exactly what we're seeing. Is a chance early for Manly. They're on the front foot, forcing Will Angel into a bit of defensive work. Bit of defensive work for the veteran right back. He's come back into the starting 11 today, as we mentioned, 4 out last week due to a suspension. Tom Whiteside featured in last week's 1-0 win over Rockdale, but Will Angel back in the starting 11. Got a bit of defending to do here at the near post. Jason Madonis, the skipper, heads away. Michael Gaitatsis, big game for him. No Alex Sanchez for Sydney Olympic. So it's an opportunity for Michael Gaitatsis in that number 9 role, leading the attack today for Abbassad's side. Doing well to hold it up as Olympic look to penetrate in transition. Now Junior Ahn playing in that midfield, looking to hit Michael Gaitatsis, along with Harry Gaitatsis coming forward from the midfield. And it's an early free kick here to the visitors, Sydney Olympic. 2.5 minutes in here. Thanks for joining us. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon from Cromer Park. And it's an early set piece here to Sydney Olympic. Nikola Koleski, who was outstanding last week in the midfield for Olympic against Rockdale. And he's got an opportunity here. Seen him score from similar scenarios throughout the season. Koleski steps up, straight into the wall. Looking for Woodcock. Does well here. It's another early free kick, this time Chalakian in on Riley Woodcock. So a couple of early set piece opportunities here for last year's champions. This time Koleski might look to the back post. Stamatellis, we know his strength in the air. He comes forward for this one. In it goes, good ball. In the end, Manly getting bodies in the way. Only as far though as Woodcock, who can whip it back in. Lovely tail there. And Orchard had to clear that one. A bit of a scare there for Manly. Dylan Mitchell, he'll claim he had that one covered. Manly down one end. Olympic quickly hitting back with a couple of set pieces. And it's an opportunity here for Madonis to whip this one in. Goes to the back post. Stamatellis, one of the targets there. Orchard stepping out of defence. As I mentioned, back into the starting 11 today. Was sent off last week here. Very early on, 6 minutes in against the Sutherland Sharks, who went on to win that one 5-0. Manly, who've been so tight and competitive this year, couldn't quite handle it with only 10 men for the majority of the game. They're looking to rebound here. Rested up a few bodies midweek in that Waratah Cup semi-final. Of course, Trevor Orchard suspended for that one. Joe Fox, Brendan Chalakian also given a rest on Wednesday night. Scott Balderson also started on the bench there. So Paul D just managing his loads, ensuring he has a fresh team ready for this one. Lost on Wednesday, of course, to Marconi, who'll feature in the Waratah Cup final next Sunday afternoon. Sure to join us at Lily Stadium, western suburbs of Sydney, for that one. What a game it'll be. Marconi versus Sydney United in the Waratah Cup final next Sunday, July 14. If you can't get there, of course, join myself and Adam Santarossa across the live stream. Looking forward to that one. Should be an absolute beauty between two of the big powerhouses. Marconi starting to hit their straps. Of course, that win last night. Ball forward here from Junior Ahn. Orchard getting it down. Fox and Ferguson combining in that midfield. Olympic do well to hold it up. Jack Stewart back into the starting 11 for Abbotsford this afternoon. Peter Kakeris, the player to miss out. It's been in good form, Peter Kakeris, just freshening things up. Abbotsford. Jack Stewart getting his opportunity out wide. He's featured on the right side of the attack at the moment. Jason Madonis on the left. So a bit of a new look front three in terms of personnel for Olympic. Have been very good the last 2 weeks. They did lose a fortnight ago away to the Wollongong Wolves. It was a very good performance in a terrific contest. Last week they hit back at home against Rockdale City Suns. Such an important victory, that one. 1-0 win courtesy of a Jason Madonis penalty early in that game. Only their second win in the past 8 weeks. It looked like they were getting their season going. Back in rounds 8 and 9, they scored good, very comprehensive wins over both Apia and Marconi. Looked like the champions were back on song. Hasn't quite panned out that way in the last 2 months, but just in the past 2 weeks, you started to see the Olympic of old. Last week's performance against Rockdale defensively was Abbassad described that as their best so far of the season. They've got a bit of defending to do here. The ball's with Balderson. Zach McKenzie, who was excellent alongside Stamatellis in the heart of that defence last week. I'll have to repeat it here. There at the near post, that axis really. The two holding midfielders in front of them were excellent as well. Koleski and Jinya Ahn. And that quartet's back in action this afternoon. Stamatellis and McKenzie in the centre of defence. Koleski and Jinya Ahn holding. Got the defending to do here from a set piece. Excellent one from Manly. Play on's the call. Comes off Stewart at that back post. Now Michael Gay-Tatsis trying to hold it up. Working back well though. It's the holding midfielder Dom Ferguson. Manly coming off 2 losses in a row. Like Olympic, form has been a little bit patchy, only won 2 of their past 6. I was here a few weeks ago. They beat Marconi 1-0, the round 15 game. It's an excellent performance on that occasion. Charles Mendy, the goal scorer. Since then, they've gone away to Blacktown, had a 1-0 loss. And as I mentioned earlier, 5-0 loss here last week to the Sutherland Sharks. So really looking to hit back. Speaking to Paul D ahead of the game. Certainly freshened things up, as we said, midweek. Didn't get the win against Marconi, but it meant the opportunity to rest bodies for this all-important NPL clash. Let's see how they've freshened up. They can go 100% in this one. No game, of course, next week. Waratah Cup final. So all the players will get a bit of a rest after this one. As Olympic come forward here. Chance for Harry Gay-Tatsis. Turning. Shot blocked in the end by Gallagher. Allowed Dylan Mitchell to pounce on that. Now it's Balderson. Trying to hold it up. Back in that number 9 role for Manly. They've played a couple of youngsters in recent weeks, like Sir Jamie Glover and Harry McCarthy. They've gone back to the original plan for the season with Balderson at number 9. So Woodcock's on the ball here for Olympic. A lovely ball into the chest of Michael Gay-Tatsis. And in the end, he couldn't get the shot on target. But a promising sign, a bit of space and room there for Michael Gay-Tatsis. Big opportunity for him. Like his brother, Harris Gay-Tatsis, yet to hit the back of the net for the first team this year in the league. So big opportunity here and a big responsibility in the absence of Alex Sanchez, Olympics leading scorer. And here is Harris Gay-Tatsis. Now Michael peels out wide. Can't quite combine there, not quite on the same wavelength with Riley Woodcock. Looked like a shirt pull there on Penjurovic. Play on was the call though. Penjurovic working back and doing well for Manly. And now Balderson. He's got Chalakian peeling out to the right-hand side. Makes the move around him. Well read though by McKenzie. Be too close to the defender. That ball from Chalakian. Kieran Paul moving high up the pitch from right back. What a contest this one's been over the years. They've played each other so many occasions, not only in the league. We've seen them feature across the FFA Cup, the Waratah Cup as well. Also in some pre-season tournaments. Olympic do have the edge. They've played 14 times in the league over the past 5 years. Olympics got the edge with 8 wins. Manly United with 2. They've drawn on 4 occasions. Back in round 7 earlier this season, it finished 2-2 at Belmore Sports Ground. Terrific contest, that one. Timmy Petratos levelling it up late for Sydney Olympic. 2-2 finished on that occasion. Pulsating clash. And if we get anywhere near that this afternoon, we're in for some contest. It's been tight so far. Olympic probably with the best opening for Michael Gaitatsis. Shot from outside the box. 3 games featured for you across the Football New South Wales channels this afternoon. Certainly keep you posted on how progress scores around the other grounds. Blacktown, 3rd placed, hosting 2nd placed Apia. Big contest, that one. See who potentially can move up close to Wollongong, who are also in action this afternoon. At home to Harkoa, Sydney City East. Top versus bottom there. Wollongong the clear favourites. So depend. Right now it's Olympic with the opportunity. Cutting that one out. Gallagher making sure his clearance was on song. Saw him divert a ball midweek in the Waratah Cup semi-final. Past his own keeper to seal the deal for Marconi. Olympics send the likes of McKenzie. Stamatellis forward again. Stamatellis wants to go near post. That's where it goes. Reading that one, Kieran Paul. Dylan Mitchell taking no chances. Fisting it away only as far as Junior Arn. An excellent ball in! And what an opportunity that was. Coming off Olympic players. Zach McKenzie was in there. So one of the strengths, you bring in Michael Gaitatsis. Does pack a threat in the air as well. So the speed that you might lose of Alex Sanchez certainly replaced by the presence of Michael Gaitatsis. No score across the grounds. It's been an even start here. Both teams looking to get forward. Penjurovic there applying the pressure on Woodcock. What a return to the Sydney Olympic fold it's been for Riley Woodcock. Was exceptional last year for Abbotsard's Premiership Championship winning double side. Moved back home to Perth in the off-season. Took on a technical role, of course, at Coburn, one of the NPL clubs there. Playing also in that first team. But he's returned here during the transfer window. And he's been excellent. The first 2 weeks back has added so much to this side. Who come forward here through Madonis. Important defensive work. What a battle that'll be. Kieran Paul coming out trumps there. 2 of the big names in the competition. Here's another one in Chalakian. The strength, though, of McKenzie. It's been getting better and better as this season's gone on. Does well there. Lovely touch from Woodcock. Just to turn his player, Penjurovic. The most subtle of touches, using the sideline perfectly there. There's Gaitatsis upended. Michael Gaitatsis. Olympic want to go quick. Mentioned this rivalry. Of course, they met here in the 2017 elimination final. Manly coming out trumps en route to their championship winning run in 2017. Strong challenge on the far side. Lewis Michio on Jack Stewart. The 2 number 17s. Both players new into the first team NPL players this season. Jack Stewart, of course, was part of Blacktown City's under-20s last year. Spotted by Abbotsard, made the move over in the off-season. He's got himself a couple of goals. They came early, so he is certainly due. Jack Stewart, Lewis Michio. Player who spent some time over in New Zealand, also at the Central Coast Mariners Academy. Came across in the pre-season, impressed Paul D enough to earn a contract. And he's been a starting fixture for much of the season at left back. Was a little period there where Sam Wilson took that role. In recent weeks, Mitchell has been the preferred option for Paul D. Looking for Panjurovic here. Again, McKenzie too strong. He's had a very solid start to the game, Zach McKenzie. Here is Koleski. Waiting for the movement, looking for the run of Michael Gaitatsis. That's the difference there. Ball to feet, not quite with the speed of Sanchez. Manly, one of the hallmarks of their season, certainly been there defending. Certainly wasn't on display last week. As we mentioned, though, they were a player down. An early send-off to Travis Orchard. They really struggled to get back into the game after that. Chalakian switching the play out here to Parkhouse. Hasn't seen too much possession so far, but here he is trying to cut it back. Chance for Balderson! And he hit that well, but straight at Woodcock, who was in the right place. And a chance there for Manly, 19 minutes in. Both teams been feeling their way into this one. Manly with a half opportunity there. Parkhouse to supply line. Here he is again. Into the feet of Balderson. Chance to turn and face. Now looking to get it back to Ferguson. Koleski doing the job on the edge of the box for Olympic. Tempo starting to lift. Tony Tanus with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Thanks for your company this afternoon. Round 18 of the New South Wales National Premier League. What a season it's been. So much still to play for. What a big afternoon in the context of the top five. As Chalakian turns, going forward here. The block coming from Jinya Ahn. Lovely turn there from Chalakian. Jinya Ahn, responsible as always. No scores around the grounds. 0-0 still at Lilies. Blacktown City Apia. 0-0 at Wynn Stadium. Wollongong Wolves. Hakoa. 0-0 it is here. Cromer Park. Chalakian over this set piece. Goes near post. A flick on there from Gallagher. Talk about Jack Stewart scoring goals early in the season. The same story for Sam Gallagher. He got himself a couple very early in the early rounds. Hasn't been able to hit the back of the net. Certainly the right net hit the back of the net midweek. Not the type you want to see, an own goal on that occasion against Marconi. There he is clearing. It's been rock solid for Manly in the heart of that defence alongside Travis Orchard. Last week, of course, bit of an aberration in terms of the amount of goals conceded. Issue really for Manly has been at the other end. Only 21 goals for. That gives them a negative goal difference at the moment. That's critical. Bevy of teams on the edge of the top five. The Sydney Olympic, of course. One of those sides looking to take the lead here through Jinya Ahn set piece. Goes near post. Excellent work. Orchard committing himself at that near post. Getting the defensive header on. It's an opportunity here for Will Angel to set up with a long throw. In the middle, Harry Gatatsis, certainly one of the targets to flick on from Gatatsis. Chalakian on the edge of the box just to help Sam Gallagher out there. Stamatellis back in. Now McKenzie battling with Balderson. Balderson using his body well, earning the free kick. Chalakian with a quickly taken one. Lovely switch of play out to Parkhouse, who can isolate Will Angel one-on-one. Parkhouse it is. Across the face of goal. No one on the end of that. Lovely switch of play from Chalakian. Went quickly on the free kick. Certainly by his goal scoring standards, Brendan Chalakian, Manly's leading scorer. But he hasn't scored in the last 6 games, so certainly be keen to get back on the goal scorers charts this afternoon. He's got 7 so far for the season. But we have to go back to round 11. A 3-0 win here against Sydney United. The last time Chalakian hit the back of the net. Gallagher with the defensive work. Tight contest so far. Ferguson battling away, getting it forward to Balderson. It's done well in the early going. Really a presence up front. Madonis turns well inside. Junior Arn's got pressure from behind. Just about gets it back to his central defender in Stamatellis. Just past the midway point of the first half. 0-0 it remains at Cromer Park. Manly United taking on Sydney Olympic. As Jack Stewart gets forward. Good work from him. To the back post it goes. Madonis header across. Looking for Harry Gatatsis. Woodcock couldn't quite bring it under control. Orchard stepping out. Does very well. Finds Parkhouse. And now Manly can transition. Starting to open up. Flag's gone up though. Land screen shields on the near touchline. Experienced A-League official he is. Balderson just drifting back from an offside position. Mentioned that 2017 elimination final here at Cromer Park. Manly coming out 2-1 winners there. Part of the Sydney Olympic side, of course, on that evening was George Timotheou. Came out of Sydney FC in the A-League to recharge his career in the New South Wales National Premier League. Big news, of course, overnight. Signing from Schalke with the Belgian Pro League side, Zulte Waregem. Terrific news for him, an opportunity to play in the Belgium top flight. As Olympic come forward down the right-hand side. The team they know as Esler. Team that's been used to being in the middle of the table, finished 11th in the last European season. Manly come forward. Balderson can't quite get that on target. Not a bad feed there from Chalakian. It's great news. Great story out of the New South Wales National Premier League, showing that players can step up as we move towards a national second division. Quality of this league, we see that on a weekly basis. Before George Timotheou has joined the club with a reputation for developing and selling players. They want to push up to the top 6, so the job for him is really to impress the coach, Frank Jury. And Esler. Legend Frank Drury really impressed George Timotheou. Hear that there were clubs from Holland, the UK, also a couple of A-League clubs chasing his signature. But he's decided to go over to the Belgium top flight, a pathway that many adopted throughout the 90s when we saw our first phase of players go to Europe, the likes of Eddie Krenčević, Paul Ocon, Frank Farina, so Aurelio Vidmar, later John Aloisi. Some big names going over there. Great pathway. course, Danny Vukovic is at Genk. So hopefully for George Timotheo, he can cement a first-team position in the Zolta Vargem side. It might be a round 3 date against Danny Vukovic of Genk. What a story that'll be. Lovely build up here in the meantime. In the end, just as I say that, Balderson knocking it out. Just trying to get Micho involved. But nice little interchange through the midfield from Manly. Continue to see some big news stories coming out of the New South Wales National Premier League, of course. The grand final, the big announcement, they'll be featured at Bankwest Stadium. Huge announcement early in the week. Can't wait for that one. 31st of August, lock that into your diaries. Saturday the 31st of August, an opportunity to showcase the NPL New South Wales Grand Final. Last couple of seasons we've seen that featured at Leichhardt Oval. Huge crowd last year to see this side, Sydney Olympic, beat Apia Leichhardt Tigers. Apia, of course, are in the mix this season as well, currently in second spot. They are away to Blacktown this afternoon. Wollongong Wolves, competition leaders, chance to go further ahead this afternoon against Harkoa. Certainly two of the teams that we're looking to feature, but it's such a hot competition, such a tight league. You go all the way down to 10th place Mount Druitt Town Rangers on 21 points. They've still got aspirations to feature in that top 5. In fact, even Sydney FC, great win last night for them, coming from behind against Rockdale City, moving them up to 17 points. 6 points outside the top 5. That gap could extend this afternoon. It definitely will extend. If it's a draw here, both those sides will go to 24. Olympic and Manly. They'll be 3 behind Sydney United. Olympic will be in 5th spot. Courtesy of goal difference, a bigger goal difference over Manly. Manly coming forward here through Parkhouse, is starting to grow an influence down the left-hand side. Important defending, though, from Stamatellis at that near post. Parkhouse, a quiet opening, 20 or so minutes, but in the last 10, exploded into life down that left-hand side. Manly have won another corner here. Chalakian's gone over. Orchard's come in, along with Gallagher. Joe Fox also a presence there, the holding midfielder. Goes near post. Appeals for handball. Play on's the call, though. Chalakian's back on the ball. Going one-on-one against Stamatellis. Chalakian whips it in. Lovely ball. Good sail to the back post. In the end, Woodcock kept his calm. Ushered that one over the byline. Better signs there for Manly, starting to control this one a little bit more now. Olympic on the back foot in recent minutes. Katie Patterson just sorting out. Having a chat to Dom Ferguson in the middle there. Of course, the other news this week, as we mentioned earlier, the Waratah Cup final to be hosted at Lily Stadium next Sunday afternoon. Remember, you can get your early bird tickets for that one. $10 adult early bird tickets. Jump on the NPL New South Wales pages for the links to the ticket purchase site. Concession, $5 early bird tickets. Remember, kids under 15 for free. What a great afternoon that'll be. 2:30 next Sunday afternoon. Lily Stadium for the Waratah Cup final. Sydney United looking to join Harkoa as the most successful winners of the Waratah Cup. Harkoa with 7 so far. Sydney United with 6. Marconi only have one Waratah Cup win to their name, so they'll certainly be looking to go get their second next Sunday. Started to hit some form, have Peter Tsakenis aside. James the Jet Andrew starting to really hit his straps in front of goal, proving a real threat for Marconi Stallions. Saw that last night at Seymour Shaw. The ball falls here to Chalakian. He splits the two left-sided players there in Parkhouse and Michio. It's a chance for Olympic. They've been on the back foot in the last 5 or so minutes. We've had 33 minutes here at Cromer Park. Tony Tanous with you. You're on Football New South Wales YouTube and NPL New South Wales Facebook. Let us know your thoughts on this one. The title race, of course, the top 5 race. Who'll be there on Grand Final Day, 31st of August? Let us have your thoughts. If you are on Twitter, the hashtag NPL NSW. Lovely turn in the midfield from Panjurovic, and he's trying to slip it through. Balderson trying to go at McKenzie. Just has to retrieve the ball, and now it's with Chalakian. Chance to line one up. Chalakian! In the end, straight at Henderson. They were queuing up. Panjurovic thought he wanted to unleash there. Chalakian taking it off his feet. Good signs, though, again for Manly. Last 10 or so minutes have been very encouraging for Paul D's side. Been on the front foot, not letting Olympic out. Again, it's Orchard winning the ball high. Now Panjurovic. The referee brings that one back. No advantage for Manly. We haven't seen anyone go in the book. It's been played in good spirit so far. Panjurovic fouled by Riley Woodcock. Katie Patterson just having a chat to him, giving him a last warning. No scores around the grounds. 0-0 at Blacktown, between Blacktown and Apia. So 0-0 at Wynn Stadium. Wollongong Wolves and Hakawa. Olympics certainly in the game early on, but in recent times it has been Manly starting to get the upper hand. Can they take advantage in here? Henderson's got the sun to deal with. The ball comes into the back post. Over everyone though. Parkhouse is disappointed. Balderson just pointing to the sun. Not easy to deal with that one. Coming in from that angle. So far, Olympic, they've been under pressure, but they have limited Manly United. Henderson not really tested so far. That was certainly the hallmark last week, the defensive performance. As I said, Abbassad describing it as their best performance of the season, certainly from a defensive point of view. This man was pivotal in fact in screening that defence. Nikola Koleski. Here's Madonis. Mentioned the impact of this man. Woodcock has just given that ball away. Now it's another battle in midfield. Ferguson in very strong there on Koleski. What's the referee going to do? It's a yellow card. Tom Ferguson, the first player booked there. A loose ball in the midfield and a bit of bite there. Crunching tackle. Deemed too heavy. And in the 37th minute, Tom Ferguson's the first player to go into the book. Koleski gets some treatment. Just recapping those results from last night in round 18 of the New South Wales National Premier League. I mentioned earlier, Marconi Stallions, a 3-0 winner away to Sutherland Sharks. James Andrew getting the first for Peter Tsakena's side just before the half-time break. He extended the lead in the 54th minute. And Marko Jesic rounded out the scoring on 71 minutes. Meanwhile, it finished 0-0 between Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Sydney United. 58 at Popondetta last night. That point taking Aidan Desmond's Mount Druitt Town Rangers up to 21 points. Terrific season for them, given it's their first in the top flight. Promoted, of course, last season. And they're still in the finals race with 4 rounds remaining. Meanwhile, a great comeback from Sydney FC. 1-0 down at the break against Rockdale City. Alex Chanak giving Nick Pereka's side the lead just before half-time. But a brace from Marco Tilio. A couple of terrific goals from him. Talented youngster from the Sydney FC Academy. And Benjamin Coop rounding out the scoring for Jimmy Van Verden's side. As Jack Stewart comes forward. We haven't seen Olympic on the offensive too much lately. Shut down quickly. Ferguson it was. Just getting back to help his back four. Now Michio can come forward. Finding Chalakian, who's trying to get between the lines as usual. Lovely skill from him. Can he keep it in down the left-hand side? Yanis Adabju right on the spot. Ball's crossed the line. So it'll be an Olympic throw. We have a goal this afternoon. Wollongong Wolves, competition leaders, got the first goal. Coming in the 34th minute. Certainly try and bring your scorer from Wynn Stadium. Of course, their leading scorer, Thomas James, has been flying on 19 goals. But in recent weeks, Lachlan Scott's been banging them in for Luke Wilkshire's side. He's gone to 10 goals as Lachlan Scott since coming back from a fractured eye socket. He's been scoring goals for fun. So 2 gun strikers in the lead. Competition leaders certainly take a bit of stopping for the premiership. It's a big afternoon, of course, for Apia away to Blacktown City. If Wollongong win and Apia can't pick up the 3 points, the gap widens at the top. Currently 5 points. So much at stake, not only the top 5 spots, that battle for the premiership. Katie Patterson's picked out a free kick here to Manly United. Balderson, the player, fouled. So it will be Chalakian. And he's fancying himself. It's a long way out. But he is a player that's got the technical ability to get it over the wall and test Paul Henderson. Brendan Chalakian it is. Up he steps. In the end, quite comfortable for Henderson. Didn't quite get the power on it. You saw the knuckleball attempt from Chalakian, Manly's leading scorer. As I said, though, it's been 6 games since he has hit the back of the net. Certainly keen to get that feeling back. Battle here. Penjurovic trying to get around McKenzie, who stayed on his feet there. Now Olympic want to play out. The pressure coming though. Chalakian on Madonis. Excellent work from the 2 creative forces. Chalakian showing he can roll up the sleeves as well. And he's disappointed with the outcome of that. Too heavy on the pass to Penjurovic. Strong tackle from Fox on Harris. Gates on Madonis, in fact. Gatatsis was the player who released him. Now it's out on that left-hand side. Michio coming forward. Down it was from Angel. Arn finds Michael Gatatsis. Now Jack Stewart. Woodcock goes further down the line. Olympic rating down the left. And now Madonis to the back post. Too heavy on that one. The run of Gatatsis held up there. But a bit too heavy on the cross. And the opportunity in transition. Such a feature of Olympics play last season. Teams have certainly been more alert to it this year. Not allowing Olympic space in that transition moments. That's 42 minutes in. Tony Tanous with you. 0-0 it remains at Cromer Park. Thanks for your company. Remember, no men's 1 NPL next weekend. They're still in action across the women's 1 competition. Also NPL 2 for men's and women's. NPL 3 for the men's. We've got the Waratah Cup in the men's. As Parkhouse comes forward and Henderson had to get down sharply there. In the end, he got the help of Mackenzie and fell on the loose ball. But excellent work from Parkhouse down that left-hand side. Enjoying those one-on-one moments against Will Angel. And Henderson, excellent save from him at that near post. Now it falls. Gaitatsis, the assistance of the referee. Madonna's ducking inside. Olympic second leading scorer with 4, Jason Madonis. Got his first in a while last week from the penalty spot, as I mentioned earlier. That 1-0 winner at home to Rockdale City. Such an important victory, that one. Olympics first against Rockdale in 9 matches, in fact. Chalakian. Swarmed there by the likes of Arn and Koleski. Forced Manly all the way back. This time it's Angel into the back of Parkhouse. Too aggressive there. So it's going to be a free kick with a minute remaining of normal time here. It's been a weekend of late goals in stoppage time in the first half. Mentioned James Andrew getting one at Seymour Shaw yesterday. Also Rockdale's Alex Chanak scoring in stoppage time first half at Lambert Park against Sydney FC. Are we going to see a similar tale here at Cromer Park? Joe Fox on the front foot here, looking to combine. Penjurovic wanted it into the box. Slightly different wavelengths. They keep the ball. And Chalakian's now in a pocket of space. Turning off Mackenzie. In the end, comfortably into the arms of Henderson. It's been a good second half of this first period from Manly. Nothing to show for it though. Olympic weathering the onslaught as Chalakian tries to slip one in for Parkhouse. Henderson again off his line. Fourth official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated
Hugh Fenton White has held the board up. Got 1 minute of stoppage time. You might have heard on our effects mic through the public announcement system. Chalakian trying to thread one through. It's increasingly the avenue for Manly. Parkhouse just drifting into an offside position. That might be the last moment or opportunity of this half. Wonder what the coaches will be thinking going into half-time. Olympic, certainly a fixture early in this game. Increasingly, they've been on the back foot. Got to try and find a little bit more control in that midfield to Abbott's men, but certainly will be happy having absorbed all the pressure, not to have conceded before the break. As for Manly, they've been the dominant force since about the 20th minute mark. But nothing to show for it. And that's the end of the action in the first half. Round 18 of the NPL New South Wales Men's 1 competition. Such an important game, this one. The winner will go into 5th spot above Marconi, but at the break, it's Manly United 0, Sydney Olympic 0. And it's a welcome back to Cromer Park for round 18 action in the New South Wales National Premier League Men's 1. Thanks for your company. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. It is 0-0 here if you've just joined us. Such an important game, this one. The winner of this going into 5th spot. They will go above Marconi Stallions. Marconi, of course, moving into 5th last night with a comprehensive 3-0 win over the Sutherland Sharks. Manly starting to become a dominant force in the second half of that first half. They certainly shaded the shots on goal, 7-2. Shots on target, 4-0. And the corners, 4-2. Paul D probably disappointed they didn't hit the back of the net. Adam Parkhouse, the best chance towards the end of that first half. Let's see what Abbassad has addressed at the halftime break. It is Manly in possession, running from right to left. Such an important 45 minutes, this one, in the context of the season. If it finishes a draw between these two, Olympic will go into 5th spot. Both teams will go to 24 points. Olympic will go above Marconi. Manly will also go to 24. Olympic will be ahead of Manly courtesy of goal difference. If we have a winner, that team will go up to 26 points. Be one behind Sydney United, who are on 27. So you can't undersell just how important this one is. It's Joe Fox looking to take Manly on the front foot early in this second half. It's where they left us in the first. But Olympic now with a chance to transition through Jack Stewart into the starting 11 this afternoon. Trying to get the cross past that near post. Gallagher there for Manly. Quiet start for Parkhouse in this one, but certainly exploded into life from about the 25th minute mark. Manly starting to use that left side, trying to isolate Parkhouse one-on-one against Will Angel. So certainly keep an eye on that battle in the second half as Angel pushes forward, and here he is in possession. Trying to take Parkhouse on, cuts on the left foot, gets it into the near post. Now Harris Gatatsis turning straight at Gallagher. Now Koleski! What an effort! What a strike! Nikola Koleski, if you don't mind, it's a screamer out of central midfield. And he gives Olympic a 1-0 lead early in the second half. His third of the season. An absolute bomb from Nikola Koleski. Unleashed from range. And he's opened this one up early in the second half. Last year's champions take a crucial 1-0 lead early in this second half. Mitchell with no chance. Koleski lining that one up. And what a volley it was.
Goal Sydney Olympic, number 6, Nikola Koleski. Score Sydney Olympic.
We've seen him score a couple from long range. They've been at set pieces. But there was a loose ball in midfield. Took a touch to control it. Unleashed it with a right foot volley. Top bins, if you don't mind. Mentioned just before the halftime break, Abbassad certainly probably relieved that they went into the break 0-0. Manly was certainly the team dominating in that second half of the first period. And here's Kieran Paul on the left foot. Certainly can hit them from range as well. Hasn't this one opened up early in the second half? Expect thrills from here. Feeling each other out in the early going. Strong work there in defence, Luis Michio. Certainly goes against the grain, that goal. Manly looking to hit back through Parkhouse. Chancey Jalakian! And what a save, Henderson. Great opportunity there for the central attacking midfielder of Manly. Their leading scorer, but Henderson smothering it out to his left. And this game has certainly opened up. Parkhouse with an excellent bit of work, and now Madonnas in transition here, looking across for Harry Gaitatsis. He's got his brother Michael available, and it goes across the keeper, and Mitchell can shield it out. Was there a touch off Manly? Yes, according to the referee. Joe Fox can't quite believe that, asking who and where is the guilty party. Mitchell's disappointed as well. Feeling a sense of injustice here, Manly. Certainly were the dominant force in the lead up to that halftime break. And they've been rocked here by a Nikola Koleski bomb. Now it's Madonnas. Goes inside. Stamatellis the target. Now they can transition Manly. Orchard looking for his option. Good ball from him to find Chalakian. Riley Woodcock working back. Suddenly every ball's become contested in that middle. Two teams that have been very familiar to each other over the years. As I said, they've featured in FFA Cup action, Waratah Cup action as well. They have a regular pre-season fixture as well. Pre-season friendly between these two. A yearly feature. Olympic had the upper edge. Manly haven't beaten them since 2017 elimination final. And what a tackle that is, Koleski and Chalakian. Here's Michael Gaitatsis. Chance to spread it out to Madonnas. The Olympic skipper can retrieve that and go one-on-one against Paul. Woodcock joining the attack. Working back all the way there, Dejan Panjurovic. Responsible work. And he combines here with Paul. Good work from Manly. Can they build this one out? Olympic trying to lock them in on that far side. Excellent work from Manly to switch it out through the midfield. Now they come forward down the left-hand side through Michio. Paul makes a run. Again, it's Madonnas working back. All that build-up. In the end, nothing coming from it. Now Ferguson. Chalakian giving that one up, but getting a free kick. Two players hot on his heels. Koleski there, as well as Junior Ahn. Not much to write about in the first half, but hasn't it gone up a level or two early in this second period? Already 8 minutes have elapsed. Now it's an opportunity from a set piece. Adam Parkhouse is the player over the ball. He's come back into the New South Wales National Premier League after a stint with Wellington Phoenix in the A-League. What a crucial moment this is. Can he deliver accurately here? Parkhouse can't get it beyond Woodcock. Now Ferguson, the block coming from Adonis. Paul trying to get it out to his skipper in Gallagher, asking a bit too much there of the central defender. Big scoring here. If you've just joined us on 47 minutes, if you are on YouTube and you haven't seen it, you can rewind live, go back to the 47th minute. Nikola Koleski with a contender for not only goal of the week, Ultra Football goal of the week. One of the goals of the season. One of the great features, our sponsor, Ultra Football. Certainly keep an eye out on that across our NPL New South Wales social pages during the week. Ultra Football Goal of the Week, as well as the Ultra Football Team of the Week. And in fact, round 17, Nikola Koleski, I mentioned what a performance it was against Rockdale City. He was in the team of the week last week. And he might just well back it up with that strike today, particularly if it proves to be the winner, but there's a long way to go here. Certainly started the season, perhaps not in the form that he would expect of himself, Nikola Koleski, but in recent weeks, he's come into this Sydney Olympic side. We talk about the improvement in form, that screening that he's been doing in front of the back four. It's been a real feature. And that quartet, Koleski and Jinya Ahn, as well as Stamatellis and McKenzie, how critical will they be in the remaining 35 minutes here at Cromer Park? Woodcock has really added plenty to this Olympic side in the last few weeks. Giving it up though there. Now it's Panjurovic. He's got Chalakian in lots of space here. Parkhouse is available. Too heavy on the touch though, Chalakian. Opportunity goes begging on the counter. Parkhouse was queuing up on the left-hand side. They can continue to build here through Kieran Paul. Was a goal scorer in that 2017 elimination final victory over Sydney Olympic. Scored the winning goal there for Manly. But right now they're looking for a leveller. Panjurovic looking inside for Balderson's flag stays down. Balderson! Eventually it does go up as he joins the play. Initially looked like Yanis Adabji on that far side was going to keep the flag down. Balderson playing in that number 9 role. Started the game extremely well. Stamatellis though and McKenzie have got on top. Not giving him much space at all. Almost found a pocket there in 57 minutes. Henderson, he's already produced a couple of key saves. Saw one early in the second half from Chalakian. One from Parkhouse towards the end of the first half as well. How critical will those saves be in the wash-up here as Jack Stewart comes forward for Olympic. Parkhouse working back, doubling up with Michio. But it's going to be a corner here to the visitors. They lead by 1-0, courtesy of a goal on 47 minutes. Nikola Koleski. And they're sending their tall timber. Zach McKenzie, Stamatellis. Stamatellis often the target. McKenzie goes near post. Goes to the back post for Stamatellis. Mitchell calling, coming out and punching. Taking control of his 6-yard box. Exactly what you want from the keeper. Chance to give you an update around the grounds. We haven't had much time to breathe, but RPF's hit the lead at Blacktown City. Mention Apia looking to keep tabs with Wollongong Wolves. Apia leading 1-0. Wollongong Wolves also leading 1-0. Their goal scorer, Lachlan Scott, with his 11th of the season. Here's Stewart. Inside it goes, looking for Madonis. He got the better of Paul, but Orchard was across to cover. In fact, it was a free kick. Push there from Madonis on Kieran Paul. Referee right on the spot, correctly awarding a free kick to Manly United, who can come out of midfield now through Ferguson. Michio's got the better here of Jack Stewart. Now he's between the lines. Can't find his pass though. He's looking for Balderson. Didn't quite have the height on that. They go down the left again. Parkhouse. This time it's over the top. Panjurovic plays retrieve. Was he fouled there? No, play on's the call. Penjurovic scored an absolute screamer against Olympic back in that round 7 clash at Belmore Sports Ground. It's his only goal so far of the season. Mark certainly looking for something here is Paul D. McAllister just controlling the dugout at the moment. Looks like they're going to summon Charles Mendy. So Charles Mendy, can he provide the impact for Manly off the bench? Certainly not looked like. Troubling Henderson too many times since going behind. Parkhouse now with the opportunity to do exactly that. To the byline he goes. Stands it up to Chalakian. And he couldn't quite wrap that right foot around it. What a spectacular goal that would have been. Going to see Olympic go to the bench first. It is going to be the youngster, Peter Kakeris. And it's going to be a like-for-like swap. Jack Stewart's the player who's going to make way on the hour mark. Kakeris, who's come across from Central Coast Mariners during the transfer window. It's been getting better and better. He's had some terrific displays in recent times. Got himself a goal, the only goal in round 15. Win against Hakoa. And he comes on here with 30 minutes to go. But it's Manly coming forward. Chance here for Chalakian. Can he get a shot away? Stamatilis with the block, and in the end, Parkhouse on his wrong foot. On his right foot there. Couldn't quite get the power and the technique around that one. Tame in the end. Couple of frustrated Manly fans here. Such a great crowd, very healthy crowd, such a big game. Lovely afternoon on the Northern Beaches. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Tony Tanous with you as Manly come forward. Balderson in behind. Is that a penalty? Will Angel was the player. And Katie Patterson points to the goalkeeper 6-yard box. It's a goal kick here. Balderson having a bit too much to say, and he goes into the book. Referee right on the spot, judging that nothing was in that one. Two players both slipping. You get the benefit, of course, of using the replay option if you are watching on YouTube. Is that going to be his last action? It is, in fact. Scott Balderson thought he was in behind there. Thought he had a penalty on 62 minutes. And he goes to the bench as Charles Mendy comes on.
Plays by number 12, Charles Mendy.
Didn't realise that he had been replaced, and now he's very frustrated, Scott Balderson. Felt he had a penalty there. Charles Mendy. You see the joker this afternoon has certainly come off the bench and sparked things up for Manly on a few occasions this season. Mentioned that round 15 game. He got a start on that occasion. What a great battle it was with Georgia Speranza. Mendy scoring the only goal against Marconi here. He's got 2 for the season. And boy, does Paul D need something from him. Olympic, as we stand, will go to 26 points. Into 5th spot, 1 behind Sydney United. As Parkhouse, this time he's upended by Angel. And it's going to be Angel that goes into the book. First player to be booked for Sydney Olympic. Seen Tom Ferguson and Balderson go into the book for Manly. We're in the 64th minute at Cromer Park. The visitor Sydney Olympic leading by 1-0. Manly with a set piece high up the pitch. Great opportunity this one. Chalakian's over the ball. Can he find the quality? Orchard's in there. Gallagher goes near post, and Henderson wants a second go at this. Fists it away with a bit of authority. Ferguson whips it back in. Gallagher Wants to get it out here to Chalakian. Can he keep it in? Does well. Is it another free kick? Yes, it is. Angels being targeted here. At times, Koleski popping up at right back. Fouling Chalakian. And he'll be back where we started. Exactly the same spot that free kick was taken from. He'll have another opportunity. You've just seen him go in at the keeper. Perhaps trying to test him into the sun. Sun is setting here at Cromer Park. But this game very much alive. Chalakian does go near post. Koleski with an important defensive header. This time Koleski in strong on Chalakian. Is it going to be another yellow card? Yes, it is. They're starting to mount. Temper starting to fray. It's getting very heated here. So much at stake. Koleski joins Angel in the book. 2 players apiece booked. Couple of cards in quick succession against the champions. And it's a third free kick in quick succession to Manly United. Seen a couple of variations, not quite been able to expose that near post. Will they vary it up here? Chalakian again. Goes inside, Henderson. It's been so strong in the air right throughout the season. That fist of his, such a feature. Keeper who gets better and better with age. This time Olympic at the relieving free kick. The traffic's been down Manly's left in the last few moments of the game. Olympic eventually get the opportunity to come out through a set piece of their own. They've given a few away. Chance to go around the grounds. Apia remain 1-0 up against Blacktown City away. Wollongong Wolves also 1-0 up against Harkoa. As it stands, that gap of 5 points. We've seen that in recent weeks. That will be maintained. Still a long way to go. We're at the midway point of the second half across our 3 games in the New South Wales National Premier League Round 18. It's a sprint season, 22 rounds. We're into the final throes of Round 18. 4 to come after this one. Have a break next week. Gives the teams an opportunity to recharge their batteries. Apart from Marconi and Sydney United, of course, will be in action across the Waratah Cup, the TAFE New South Wales Waratah Cup, 2:30 next Sunday afternoon. But right now it's riveting here at Cromer Park. Manly's set pieces building up. Chalakian, can he find the point here? Inside it goes! And what an opportunity! It does go past Henderson! And Manly United, set piece after set piece, eventually pull one back. Chalakian whipping it into a dangerous area. And Manly, they've been on the front foot. And they have their equaliser. Game on here at Cromer Park. Talk about Chalakian's lack of goals in recent weeks. It's been 6 since he's found the back of the net. And he finds the back of the net here. It's his 8th of the season. And Manly United level it up at 1-1. What a contest here at Cromer Park. The next 22 minutes plus stoppage time will be edge of the seat. So much at stake. Promised you a tight, tense affair this season. Every game so critical in the makeup of the final standings. And the final quarter of this match. Suddenly the tempo's lifted another level. Jinya Ahn coming out of the midfield with the possession. Olympic guilty of giving away too many set pieces there. Eventually, Chalakian's delivery, the quality of his delivery told. Henderson been very solid. There were bodies in front of him there. And his vision perhaps shielded there. Couldn't produce the save. Kakeris with the fresh legs here. The youngster does very well, wins Olympic a free kick. No sooner have Manly equalised, Olympic back up the other end with a chance of their own now. What a second half this has been. Hope you're enjoying it. Tony Tanous with you. You're across Football New South Wales, YouTube, NPL New South Wales, Facebook. Let us know your thoughts. How's this one going to end with 20 minutes remaining? Olympic over the dead ball here. In it goes to the back post, and it's directly in! What a goal! Nikola Koleski! It's his second of the afternoon! We talk about his threat of set pieces. This time he catches Manly out. Top bins over the head of Dylan Mitchell. And what a strike that is. It's his fourth of the season. We saw him score a screamer in general play early in the second half. And he's produced another spectacular strike from a dead ball to give Sydney Olympic a 2-1 lead here. What a contest this is. So much at stake here. And Koleski's done his bit. He'll make way for Nick Zatalios. A double from Nikola Koleski. Sydney Olympic with a 2-1 lead. No sooner has Manly United equalised, Olympic, as I said, back down the other end. They won a set piece through Kakeris. And set pieces proving pivotal here at Cromer Park. Mendy now, chance to equalise! Not far at all. Excellent work, Charles Mendy. Found a pocket of space between the lines. Henderson was flying to his left. In the end, the ball rising over the crossbar. Zatalios coming on. Left-sided player. He's gone into the left side of attack. So Jason Madonis, the skipper's just slotted in alongside Junior Ahn. Of course, Nikola Koleski on a yellow card. Abasad perhaps not prepared to take a risk with two players in that defensive structure on yellows. He's got Will Angel, of course, still on the yellow. But Madonis has gone in alongside Junior Ahn. With that 2-1 lead, here's Madonis working back. Good defensive work from him. Penjurovic with the strength just to hold it up. Manly looking to hit Mendy. As it stands, Olympic will go to 26. We said that only moments ago. Manly equalising. Still plenty of time in this one. 18 minutes remain. Tony Tanous with you. Strap yourselves in. Chalakian feeds Parkhouse. The cutback. And Stamatilis had to be sure. Talk about the defensive structure for Olympic. Haven't conceded yet in general play. They have been giving away a few fouls. And they've got another set piece of Chalakian to defend here. Henderson again. The one-handed punch away. Skakeris in transition. Wanted to feed Stamatilis immediately. Perhaps the timing of that pass could have been a little bit better. Now Stamatilis not in position. Junior Ahn has slotted in there. Woodcock has to do the defending as Parkhouse whips it across. Mendy was the target. Manly trying to expose the space left by Stamatilis. There he is back in defence though. Clearing as far as his opposite number in Orchard. Now they can come down the left through Luis Michio. Finds Chalakian, growing in influence. There he goes! Oh, not a bad effort at all there. You could see that one shaping back towards the goal. Lovely effort. Chalakian's confidence on the rise now. He's found the net 8 times now this season. Broken a bit of a dry spell. He's certainly got the bit between his teeth. Wants that ball. Just over 15 minutes remain. Sydney Olympic leading by 2-1 over Manly United. 6 versus 7 heading into this affair. Equal on points with 5th place Marconi. Marconi with a +8 goal difference. If it stays as it is, Olympic will go to 5th. Marconi will remain in 6th spot. Manly will remain on 23, behind Marconi on goal difference. Sutherland Sharks remain on 22. Mount Druitt Town Rangers on 21. So many big games coming up, of course. No men's one action next week. We've got the Waratah Cup final. If you just joined us, 2:30, get to Lillies Stadium. Big clash between Sydney United and Marconi Stallions. Early bird special up till Friday. Sure to get that. $10 adult tickets, $5 concession. Kids under 15 free. Save a few bucks by getting your tickets early. Expecting a great occasion there at Lillies. For the other 10 teams in the NPL competition, it's a chance to recharge the batteries ahead of round 19. July 20 and July 21. Next round of NPL men's one games that charge into the finals. 4 rounds remaining after this one. Blacktown have equalised at Lillies. They're playing Apia Leichhardt Tigers, 2nd versus 3rd there. Wollongong continue to lead by 1-0 over Hakoah, courtesy of Lachlan Scott. He's 11th of the season. Mentioned Manly get a bit of a break after this one, a fortnight between their next game. Chance to refresh, recharge. We've got round 19 followed a few days later by the round of 32 in the FFA Cup. We've drawn against Mount Druitt Town Rangers at Popondetta on the 24th of July. So they'll get a breather, but then they'll have 3 games in a week. 2 NPL games and, of course, the FFA Cup game. Now they've got a set piece. It's going to be another yellow card here. Jason Madonis, who's gone into that holding midfield role. A bit too aggressive there. And he goes into Katie Patterson's book with 13 or so minutes remaining at Cromer Park. Olympic lead by 2-1. About to make their second substitution. They want to do it before the set piece. They want to bring on a central defender in Tom Whiteside for the attacking central midfielder, Harris Gaitatsis.
Substitution for Sydney Olympic coming off the field is number 10, Harris Gaitatsis.
So let's see if they go to a back 3.
Number 2, Thomas Whiteside.
And they might go to a front 3 as well. Attacking midfielders sacrificed for a defender with that 2-1 lead. 12 minutes to hang on. Close to within 1 point of Sydney United. Here's the ball from Chalakian. Too heavy this time. Henderson comfortable enough. Could have let that one run. Not taking any chances. Olympic has certainly got to be careful, Abassad's men, not to give Chalakian too many opportunities. We've already seen him produce. Kakeris putting himself about in that front 3rd. They have gone to a front 3. Gaitatsis at 9. Kakeris on the left. On the right, in fact, and Nixatalias on the left. Here is Kakeris. They've gone to a back 5, have Olympic. 3 central defenders in Stamatellis. Splitting Whiteside and Zach McKenzie. Will Angel on the right. Riley Woodcock on the left. The two holding midfielders, Madonis and Jinya Ahn. Happy to protect their 2-1 lead. They're looking to add to it here, though. A bit too heavy from Woodcock. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Certainly been a thrilling second half. Both teams feeling each other out in the opening period. And it's exploded in the second half. Nikola Koleski brace. Gives Olympic a 2-1 lead. Manly's goal coming from Brendan Chalakian. Zach McKenzie has been very solid again in that centre of defence. Player who moved across from RPL Leichhardt Tigers during the transfer window last year. Mentioned that move by George Timotheou over to Schalke during last season. Zach McKenzie, one of the players that did come in. And he's been excellent for Abbotsard's men. Part of that championship winning run last year. We're about to see another change here for Manly. They're going to bring on the 17-year-old, the youngster, Harry McCarthy. So they're throwing on a striker here to join the attack. They're taking on a holding midfielder. Joseph Fox is the player replaced. 17-year-old Harry McCarthy. We saw him feature in the Waratah Cup semi-final on Wednesday night. Thought he was very impressive and lively in the opening 25 minutes. After that, Marconi started to take control. But he's certainly a player who doesn't look shy to shoot. Very confident for a 17-year-old. Manly Junior has spent a couple of years over at the Sydney FC Academy. But he's back on the Northern Beaches. And he comes off the bench here for Joseph Fox. Can he produce a moment for Paul D's side? Panjurovic with some lovely feet to skip past two. Panjurovic, eyes lighting up there. Couldn't quite get the power on that. Tame in the end. Into the waiting arms of Henderson. But some lovely feet from Dejan Panjurovic just to shake off two Olympic players. Eight minutes to remain here. Nail-biting stuff for Sydney Olympic fans watching at home. Hope you've got it on the big screen. And hope you are enjoying it. Sydney Olympic, we mentioned, certainly been in better form in the last couple of weeks. They did lose away to the Wollongong Wolves a fortnight ago, but they were very good there. Perhaps unlucky not to get anything out of that last week. A dominant defensive display against Rockdale City. And this week, a couple of special strikes from Nikola Koleski. Been a much better second half from Olympic. Manly certainly dominated the second period of that first half. Had nothing to show for it at the break. And now they're chasing through Mendy, who takes on Woodcock. Charles Mendy's speed goes near post. Important defending. Excellent defending from Stamatellis. McCarthy was the player making his way to the near post. What an impact that would have been. You can see the potential there for Charles Mendy. The speed on that right-hand side. Certainly among the top few speedsters in the league. We've seen James Andrew in recent weeks start to light it up for Marconi. Mendy trying to do the same here for Manly. 6.5 minutes remain. Good flick on there from Woodcock. Not quite the purchase on that from Paul Henderson. And here's Kieran Paul. Now Chalakian. Can he find the killer ball in behind? McCarthy makes the move. Chalakian wanted the free kick for the late challenge. Referee on the spot though. Nothing in that. Chance to give you an update at Lilies. It remains 1-1 between Blacktown City and Apia. And at win Stadium 1-0. That early goal in the first half by Lachlan Scott separates the Wollongong Wolves and Harkoa. Wollongong been flying atop the league. If they can cling on to that 3 points there at win, and Apia don't pick up the 3 points, they'll extend their lead to 7 atop the league with 4 rounds remaining. Certainly in the box seat as far as the premiership's concerned. Luke Wilkshire's side, what a season it's been from them. Of course, the 2 marksmen up top, Thomas James, 19 for him. Lachlan Scott, 10 from him. But equally, performances of players right across the pitch for Wolves. Right now, it's Manly coming forward. Again, it's Zach McKenzie, part of that back 3 now. 3 in the middle. As the ball comes forward in transition, Madonna's still with plenty of energy. The Olympic skipper got to hold the trophy up on the final day last season. Saw that announcement, of course, during the week. Grand final at Bankware Stadium. Alejandro Sanchez was a part of that announcement. Certainly keen to be back there on grand final day this year. The Spaniard has a chance here for Manly. The youngster in McCarthy finding a bit of space in the middle. Good movement from him since coming on the pitch. Now Panjurovic. Combines here with Lewis Michio. Inside it goes, McCarthy. Olympic doing well though. Will Angel and Stamatellis, the experience, just cutting in there in front of the youngster. And he couldn't quite get him behind. And Olympic continue to lead this by 2-1. With 3.5 minutes of normal time remaining. It's Tony Tanous with you. You're on Football New South Wales YouTube. NPL New South Wales Facebook, part of the 445 live streams across our 2019 season. Such was the success of our live streaming last year. 2 games a week. We've extended it this year and hope you have been enjoying the coverage. All the men's 1 games live with commentary. All the women's 1 games as well, including a match of the round in the men's NPL 2 competition. We'll be with you right to the end of the season. Thanks for your company throughout. Thanks for interacting. Still the crunch period of the season. So much still to play for, and you can see the temperature rising here. Manly with an opportunity. They've got another set piece. 2.5 minutes remain of normal time. Temperature's certainly dropped, but it's only got hotter on the field. Can Chalakian do as he did earlier in this half? Find an equaliser from the set piece. Henderson's starting position is on the edge of the 6-yard box. The flick on comes, Mendy, and he equalises at the back post. The flick on inside from Parkhouse, and there was Mendy at the back post. And we're back level here. The referee's just having a chat though to the assistant on that far side. Will this one be ruled out? Olympic appealing here. Katie Patterson and Giannis Adabju. Drama at Cromer Park. What's the decision going to be here? Mendy feels he's equalised. Manly feel their level. Olympic having a lot to say here. Referee just moving them back. Katie Patterson and Giannis Adabju. The flick on coming from Parkhouse from Chalakian's. Free kick. Is the goal going to stand? Madonna's coming across to have a chat. No VAR, of course, in the NPL New South Wales. The referee just asking the players to move away. Such important moments here in the NPL 2019 season. And it's gone. The flag's gone up for offside, has it? The flag's gone up for offside. The goal's been ruled out for Manly. Drama here right to the end. The flick on came from Parkhouse. From Chalakian's free kick. Mendy it was at the back post. He thought he scored his third of the season, but the referees conferred with the assistant on that far side. And the goal's been ruled out. Olympic remain 2-1 in the lead. Manly can't quite believe it. The crowd here, a very, very good one at Cromer Park. Still time. We're going to have stoppages. Chance now for Parkhouse. He can go one-on-one here against Angel, who's just denying him some space. Michio finds Ferguson. Madonis has got to be careful. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Still plenty of time here. Parkhouse it is to Mendy, who can't quite climb over the top of that one. Thriller minute here at Cromer Park. Everything on the line. Olympic looking to go into fifth spot. If it finishes 2-2, they will remain in fifth spot. But of course, they want to close the gap on Sydney United. In fourth spot at the moment. Avasad, last year's champions. Can they hang on for a second consecutive win? Talk about the improving performances, particularly defensively. They have been a couple of chinks at set pieces. They've got to be careful not to give too many away in the diming moments here. As we said, we're going to have 6 minutes of additional time. Mendy certainly made an impact. Unlucky not to have that goal. Certainly tight call on that far side. Sure a few of you have already hit the rewind button using YouTube. As the ball comes in for Panjurovic, good flick on. Now Parkhouse. Stamatilis takes ownership inside the box. Now Gallagher's looking to own this ball for Manly. Chalakian, was he fouled there? It's another set piece. Another free kick here. Chalakian with Whiteside in the back. A couple of minutes into stoppage time. 6 have been indicated. Similar position to the one a few moments ago where Manly had a goal disallowed. Woodcock away. Now Kakeris working back. Gaitatsis. Mitchell all the way up and he goes long. Chance here. Michio's available. Probably had the time to bring that one down. Went first time if you connected. Thought Henderson might have been off his line. Not the worst idea from the youngster. Certainly very strong in the air is Lewis Michio. Jinyaan happy to knock it forward. Olympic want to eat the seconds away here through Kakeris. Now Michael Gaitatsis. Manly working back to free kick though to Olympic. Can give you a full-time score from Lily Stadium where it's finished 1-1 between Blacktown and the RPA Leichhardt Tigers. Blacktown going to 31 points. RPA Leichhardt Tigers going to 35. At the moment, Wollongong look like they're going to extend their lead at the top of the table. But here, the critical battle for fifth spot. Olympic in the box seat, leading 2-1. Just past the midway point of the additional time. Olympic looking to eat the seconds away. Manly wanting them to play on quickly. Kakeris happy to take his time. Looking to keep the ball in the corner. Manly now, can they come out? Kakeris wins it again. Chalakian can't quite come away with it. Kakeris still battling away. Good work from the youngster. Earning another set piece. It's a corner here to Olympic. Manly can't clear their lines. What a moment it was. A few minutes ago. Charles Mendy goal ruled out for offside. Manly, if they can't find an equaliser in these dying couple of minutes. Kakeris trying all the skill there. Even a rainbow flick coming out from the youngster. Been watching a bit of Cristiano Ronaldo. The ball comes forward down the right-hand side. Here's a chance for Manly. Can Paul find his target? Over the head in the end. Henderson doesn't get a touch. Excellent work here, and Paul couldn't quite find the target though. It's going to be a goal kick to Olympic. Is that the last opportunity for the hosts? They'll stay on 23 points, just outside the top 5. If they can't find an equaliser, they'll join Marconi on that 23 points. Olympic will go to 26. Olympic away to Apia next round. In that round, it's a yellow card here to Mackenzie for time wasting. Has it gone to Henderson? Mackenzie, take your pick. Referee not having any of that. Henderson goes long this time. Olympic, what a game it is. In a fortnight, they'll be playing Apia Leichhardt Tigers. Manly away to Harkoa. Absolutely critical game there at Hensley Athletic Field. Harkoa can't quite find the win, it seems. Sitalios happy to give away the free kick. Gallagher wants to take this one quickly. Is this the last chance? Gaitatsis being asked to move back. Gallagher launches it. Chalakian's the target. There he is with the chest. Olympic and clear through Madonis. And that's the end of the action. A pulsating round 18 clash. And the champions Sydney Olympic have come to Cromer Park and come away with a 2-1 win. 2 second half goals from Nikola Koleski. A screamer from general play, one of the goals of the season. And then a second from a free kick. Chalakian in between those, getting one back for Manly. Manly are left very frustrated. They thought they had an equaliser late in the match when Charles Mendy got in the end of a Adam Parkhouse flick. But the officials had a long chat about it and in the end adjudicated that it was offside. Mendy was in an offside position from the Parkhouse flick on. And it means that Manly suffer a 3rd loss in a row. Olympic, a 2nd win in a row for them. It takes them up to 26 points. They're 1 behind 4th place Sydney United. Blacktown City and Apia Leichhardt drawing at Lilies. Blacktown going up to 31. Apia going up to 35. Wollongong Wolves have hung on for a 1-0 win at Wynn Stadium. They go up to 42 points. So they've got a 7-point lead atop the New South Wales National Premier League. But it's a bevy of teams outside the 5 with aspirations still. Marconi on 23. Manly remain on 23. Rockdale City also on 23. Sutherland Sharks 22. And Mount Druitt Town Rangers on 21. What a hot end to the season. 4 rounds remain. Plenty of action to come for you. Remember, next week, Adam Santarossa and I will be with you from Lily Stadium for the Waratah Cup final between Marconi Stallions and Sydney United. But from Cromer Park, a pulsating round 18 NPL New South Wales clash has finished. Manly United 1, Sydney Olympic 2.